Yeah.
I love Montana.
Yes. Yeah, Montana. There's something different about it. Like they say, big sky, and then you're there, and you're like, why does the sky look bigger in Montana? So maybe that's maybe that's what we need is like DCL worlds, and just make Montana, and it's just dunes, and it just stretches on and on and on forever.
As a former Colorado resident, I always really appreciated that there were mountains in Decentraland, especially now that I'm in Florida, because it kind of like, I don't know, reminds me of living by the mountains.
Yes, for sure. There's so the last scene that I built for my land, or one of the last couple scenes ago, was it was a mountain scene, and I live in the mountains, so it was like you just, I don't know, you kind of gravitate, like you build what you know. And so that just felt really easy to like build a log cabin, put the mountains in. All right, like I need a stack of wood, I need an axe because I gotta chop the wood, and um, yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, building within your comfort zone, I guess, because even the cyberpunk city that I built recently that is deployed on my scene right now, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like the comfort zone. Like, what would you see there? And it's just fun solving all those problems. Like, we were talking about this yesterday, just what powers a cyberpunk city? Like, we don't know. Is it electricity, or is it some form of like uranium that's been discombobulated? And so, since it's a world that you make up, you get to make your own rules. And I just really love that about Decentraland and world building, that you get to define it. You don't
Absolutely.
have to play.
Yeah, you get to be a storyteller, you get to be a creator, you can flex every artistic talent you can imagine in Decentraland, I feel like.
Yeah, yes, totally. And I love it because, like, if you're like a typical, typically trained artist painting acrylics or, colored pencils, like you're going to approach it in a certain way. But like if you're a musician, you still have a home here. Or if you're, kind of a linear, logical person, and you know how to code, you have a home here. Or if you grew up making like Lego stop motions and now you make emotes, you have a home here. Or if you don't know why the heck you're here, you have a home here. So I think that that's really the powerful thing about the metaverse, is that there are so many ways to express your own creativity. And like my Decentraland doesn't have to look like your Decentraland. Like we're all going to find meaning here in our own way. And I don't know. I mean, I could go off. I think very deeply about this because the metaverse, it means so much to me. So I'll wrap it up so I don't go on an existential crisis here about Decentraland.
I'm always down for an existential crisis. Yeah, I love the the symbol of having like a blank slate to work with. You know, it's not like when you buy a new house and you kind of have to settle most of the time, or buying a house or like renting a place or wherever, finding some new place to live in. Yet most of the time it's not going to be absolutely perfect. You kind of have to like make it your home. You kind of like settle with what you have. Um, Hell, most of us are probably sitting in an office that's not like the absolute perfect layout right now, or I guess not everybody has to be in an office or whatever for a Twitter space, but I happen to be working, I guess, right, and well, working with in quotation marks, right? Uh, but yeah, in Decentraland, we all have the same 16-meter square parcel to work with, and times that up by however big you want to go, I guess, and you can kind of you have the same starting point as everybody else, just that blank slate, which is awesome, and you're not bounded by things like you know is this going to collapse if I if I build my own treehouse in the metaverse? Are people going to get hurt coming up into my treehouse? Do I have to worry about building permits and this and that? Not that those don't have their place, but it's just unbounded creativity, I guess, a way to imagine things that are not possible in real life.
I think we have to worry about that when haptic systems really start taking off.
Yeah, the haptics would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that was the reason I fell in love with Decentraland years ago, because like I've said before, I'm a huge fan of steampunk and kind of that aesthetic, which steampunk, if you don't know anything about, it's just absolutely based in like nonsensical reality. Like we push the boundaries, we walk around with our time machines and our radioactive like ray guns, and it's like when scientific people just cut loose and have fun. Like I've got friends that are, they worked for NASA, they're like brilliant, but they love the playfulness of it. And what so that was like when I came to Decentraland, I wanted to build a steampunk world in the sky, because I felt like I didn't want to build anything in Decentraland that I could find in the real world, because then like what's the point? If you can find it here, then we should just go here. My views changed a little bit, not quite so extreme, but I wanted to push the boundaries in like gravity, especially like building a sky or like a city up in the sky was what I wanted to do. And so Decentraland like let me do that. It let me play with what was possible, and I still have yet to build it. Your son kind of helped me get some of those ideas off the ground, pun intended.
Nice.
On his on his cove build, the part in the sky, he built that for me because I told him about my steampunk like dreams and ideas, and so there was a really cool place up there with some gears and clouds. So yeah, it's so cool to hear what everybody, like what, I don't know, what they thought it would look like, what it is now. Like, have they created their reality, or is their reality like, has it totally changed and become something different than what they thought it would be? On that note, I will invite, if anybody wants to come up to speak. We are hitting the, let's see, is it 3 hours that we've been talking? Feel free to come up. We want to hear from everybody, and it's been a great day for answering questions. I think, Dawn, you have been awesome today. I feel like you're asking the questions that maybe people have that, and every time we try to help, we get to explain it again, and I think that's really good for our community. DCL Curations, I think I see your mic is off. And Zesty Beam has come up to... Go ahead, DCL.
Yeah, I think Sinful mentioned the event Odd Job was headed to. What were those chords?
It is at the Buffalo Saloon, and the coordinates are -100, -94. And they start in about like 6 minutes or so. So perhaps maybe even we can raid over there to Buffalo Saloon and watch Odd Job do some dancing while we community build and and answer questions, whatever it may be.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah. I actually just popped over there, and it looks like there's a dozen or so people here. So I will be chilling here, and that was all. Thank you.
Mr. Zesty Beam. Can I call you Mr., or is that your dad?
I think Mr. Zesty's the dad. I mean, yeah, with the bolero and the pipe and old man hair. But anyways, all memes aside, for those who don't know, we had different people in the community get hit with monkey drainer late last year, mostly around October. There was a big push. So Zach XBT tweeted a couple hours ago. It was a follow-up to something he tweeted on the 13th. He has an article coming out tomorrow that exposes a phishing scammer who has worked with Monkey Drainer and stole about over 1,700 NFTs, or about $4 million. So maybe that'll help people. Maybe that'll help all of us understand, like, just exactly what the hell happened. Maybe that's because the way Monkey Trainer worked, or still works, they're not just like a crew that just goes out and robs and pillages themselves. Oh no, they have almost like an app store like setup where you give them money and they take a cut of everything you steal.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, that's why Monkey Trainer blew up so big so fast. And I have a feeling my spidey sense is tingling that this phishing scammer Zach XBT is referencing may be the person who did all the draining back in October. But we don't know that yet. The article hasn't been published. This is just me saying, hey, this is some shit to watch out for. Maybe it'll help the people who got victimized understand what happened to them a little bit better. It's one thing to understand, like, the mechanics of like how the scam worked, but to get a peeling back of the curtain of behind the scenes, what does the machinery look like? That's what I'm hoping for with this article. And if anybody's going to write it, Zach XBT is the motherfucker to write it.
Is there like any tweet that you've seen that you could post up at the top of Zach's announcement?
I stepped out of my self-imposed exile from the CBD server to drop the link to Zach XBT's tweet from 2 days ago, and I also memed it up in the general chat about who do I give my seed phrase to.
Sweet. So welcome back to the CBD Discord, Zesty. It has been a while, and then I'm gonna go.
It's October, and before that, since what, June?
Can we say welcome back again?
Yes, it's back.
If you know, you know, and if you don't, tough shit.
If you know, then you know. I'm not gonna finish that. Go ahead, Kness.
I was just gonna say we love you, Zesty.
Yeah, just raising the alarm about the fact that we might actually get like something resembling answers, and there might be like a light at the end of the tunnel regarding like closure with, what I'm thinking, what might end up being the wing of the Monkey Drainer like customer network that afflicted this community. Like the fact that we might be on like a path towards closure on that is kind of, I think that's worth bringing up.
Totally. I feel like sometimes these like issues just get swept right under the rug a little bit, and like it doesn't get addressed later on. But I guess we can kind of say that it's showing kind of like some health in the Web3 community, that we're starting to address these issues.
Yeah, when I'm not running around like griefing people in Decentraland, or like busting rocks at Wondermine or whatever, or or making you fold a full house, Sin. We'll just call that one out in particular. I take in stuff like when Chainalysis does a webinar, and they were talking. They had a person who was like a former cop talking in a webinar, and it was essentially like if there's like some sort of like cryptocurrency related crime, good luck getting the feds to even care if it's less than 7 figures. And the fact that Zach XBT is like, he has the words an estimated $4 million in his tweet. I'm just gonna guess that the inside of the party van is in this person's future. unless they're in some non-extradition place, and then which case, maybe they rack up the dollar amount on how much they're fucking up, and they make a most wanted list or something.
The most wanted list, and like they use the picture that they use for them, it will be like a picture of a PFP they stole or something.
Yeah,
that
or like there was I pretty much watched a bored ape get drained, and then moved around, bounced through a couple wallets, and then sold live in like the course of like 30 minutes, when I was like neck deep in like watching Monkey Drainer stuff. That's one of
Holy.
the few times in my life where, because I like to live off of like text. I visualizate. I've yet to see a visualization that doesn't like piss me off and make me want to kick puppies. And that is the one of the few times in my life where, just in mapping out like transactions and shit, where I was just like, man, I almost want to take back every negative thing I've ever said about the people who like get off on fiddling with Maltego too much.
God, I love that we have you here, Zesty.
That's
and I would
right.
and I see Canessa as unmuted her mic. Go ahead, Canessa.
I do kind of like, we need a little bit of a translator. Like, I wish we had a Zesty translator. So sometimes when you say stuff, I'm like, my brain is just trying to process what.
Okay, so Maltego is a tool for like mapping out visualizations with like data points, and you have people that get more obsessed with that, like fiddling with Maltego to make the perfect thing, than they do like actually getting like information that matters. And to me, that's just like an endless source of mockery.
Yeah, I still need a translator.
All right, cool. It's not just me.
You're so smart, Zesty. We love you. And
Okay.
like,
Okay, think of Maltego as like the digital version of like the guy with the tinfoil hat that has all the like post-it notes with push pins and string on a cork board.
I literally imagined that.
Like that is Maltego, and you have the people that they get so wrapped up in that, and I'm just like, man, fuck that. Just give me a text dump, and I'll just map it out in my head. Like, it's just easier for me.
And I would like
Monkey Drainer pushed me to my limits on that. Because like, it's like a reference specimen will enjoy on with this subject in particular. I got in it like after like 3 days, and I DM'd a friend that none of you like know, and I'm like, fuck, man, this Monkey Drainer shit is like, it's like mapping out a 1970s mega dungeon. Yeah, Specimen knows what's up. He knows.
well, all I can say, Zesty, and I think everybody could back me up. I'm glad that you're on our side.
For now.
Yes, for now, until one of you decide to be scandalous. So make sure not to be scandalous.
Yeah, don't follow in the footsteps of Robel.
No, bad footsteps to follow in. And Zesty, I would like to also address you making me fold that full house. To my defense, everyone, he could have had it. He could have had it. There was there were too many variables on that board for me to like
Oh,
be like
wonderful.
but
Sid, do you want me to pop the troll and give you the relief the closure that you need?
yes, please, because I remember I was like, if I fold, would you show me? And you're like, nah, you gotta pay to see. I'm like, fuck you, Zesty.
Okay, so you got to remember, I'm like, I've got, when I play at DHC, I'm playing 2 tables at once, and I have like Discord up on like one monitor and like other bullshit on another, and then on the 2 lower monitors, I have like the 2 different wallets, and so I don't even remember what the fucking cards were. I don't remember the board texture. I don't even remember what I had. All I remember is that you had like if it was like, if you had like full, you would have had like the lesser full house. So like full house,
Yes.
threes over kings, whatever it was. I had you beat. You folded well.
Oh, thank God. Do you know how much you've affected my self-esteem on the poker table after that night, Zesty? Like fucking fucking I've been questioning everything I do. I don't have the confidence I used to at those tables. I've been because because of that scenario. You like totally shook me, dude. And you know I'm usually like yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is how it's gonna happen. But no, it hasn't been like that for since that.
Well, I had one last night. I had a flush on the turn, and it was a shit flush. I had like 8-7 diamonds, like those were my cards, and whoever it was shoved, and I'm like, fuck, I might have this, but I might not. I don't feel like risking it. But I'm not going to go questioning myself for like weeks on end about it.
Oh, yeah, no, I've definitely been shook.
But I have noticed you've been like a lot more gun shy since
Yeah, that's the zesty effect.
Zesty, you broke him. You can't go around doing that.
I mean, it's like I was talking with Jared after he beat me on a big pot last night. Like I went from like plus 200 to like negative 1600, and was like, fuck. And then like not even like 5 minutes later, I was like back up again because I called another big pot and pretty much erased like all of my losses. And it, basically, like poker's fun when you're winning and everyone else is losing. Like that's like the moral of the story.
I too find myself having fun when I'm winning and everyone else is losing. I have been doing less bullying, that's for sure. Zesty. Zesty.
I'll bet what's funny is like there like I play tight. Like there are people like Rustan and Jared who like openly make fun of how tight I play. And I know like Haya and a couple others are like how much is he like actually bluffing? So like that was the backdrop when I told you to pay to find out, was like I've had people like question it, but they don't want to pay to find out.
You know, I know you gave Hayabusa the nickname Hayabully. Did you
No,
know
that
that
was Don Boss. I think was the one who started that.
Don Boss? Oh my God, what a
Which I mean that's like the funniest shit ever because like she's totally not a bully.
but it's hilarious.
Like yeah, like she'll min raise like 20 chips and then it's hi a bully.
I have been liking that she's like more involved in the DG community. She's always showing up to Diamond Hand City at reset time. And if any of you that are listening that have any level 5 wearables that you play, yeah, so at reset meet us at Diamond Hand City, and like you know we can actually use the venue as a community. That's been pretty cool to see. I was there last night, and there was like what 15 people on a casual Tuesday night.
Yeah, I mean honestly though, I mean my message. So I'm actually proud of my that particular shill message. I'm just going to read it out if I can scroll back and find it.
Chill away.
Yeah, so I basically I said, don't care about Valentine's Day, neither do I. Instead of paying a hooker to beat you at Mario Kart, join us at Diamond Hand City, and then I pasted the link.
And did
And
you
that's
get
actually a reference.
more?
And that's actually a reference to a video where a guy, like I think it was like one streamer telling another streamer about paying a hooker in the red light district in Amsterdam like $200 for an hour, and all they did was play Mario Kart, and she was better than him.
You know what? Before the metaverse, if I didn't find the metaverse to this point, I'd probably be paying a hooker to play Mario Kart with me as well.
But
That'd be
look
a
at
better.
how far we've come.
I mean, that'd be a better use of money than some of the projects we've seen come and go.
I do regret my penguins. Yes, thank you. um,
I mean, but for me, mine's meta helmets.
you're not.
By the way, or they
I will-
completed rugging rather.
Are you still wearing them, those SD?
Not all the time, but the website no longer, the back end for it no longer like fully functions. I found a flaw in it like months ago, and I decided to be like nice for once and actually like report it privately, where you could actually, like, if you had a helmet, you could connect your wallet and then get the URL structure and then just change the number on the helmet so that you could like basically. I could have automated it to download all of the helmet GLBs. So like basically right click, save the JPEG, but at like scale. Kind of wish I'd done that now, but I backed up all my helmets as I bought them. And the Discord, I went to check it out because I was moving stuff in different folders, and I was like, the fuck? I got a re-auth with Collabland? Okay, whatever. And I didn't get access to any extra channels. I was like, oh, okay, I guess the rug job is complete.
Rug mission complete.
And Kanessa, that was when I was alluding to a project in DMs recently, that's the one I was talking about.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, they took the ETH and just immediately to an exchange.
Aw. Lame.
Hey
They
guys,
did-
what about that price of ice today?
Oh God!
Don't talk to me about ice.
I haven't bothered looking, but I know Investment Punk finally sold the last of his wearables, including the ones that he bought from. So there was a guy, God, I forget the person's handle. They got wallet. They got owned, and their username on OpenSea is like, I got my wallet hacked. And I don't know if Investment Punk bought from them before or after that username change. But they got like 3 wearables, and yeah. Basically, Investment Punk is such a meme in the ICE community at this point that I was like, you know what? I want to take like his like OpenSea name where it's like investment without like the E's _ punk and just be Investment Cyberpunk on my alt account.
I like it.
I'm just waiting for somebody. Like, this is the first time I've talked about it in any public setting, but I'm sure like somebody will see that and get like confused and angry.
Most definitely.
They won't understand the joke, and that'll be like that'll be like the cherry on top.
We gotta get you a parcel where like you can like put up a billboard of like your latest troll or your.
Oh, I already got like a couple plans. I got like plans for a couple of DCL names, and I actually might just do that. Just have like, okay, here's like an image with like the latest goofy shit I've done because like why not?
Yeah.
Here's some silly nonsense for those who find it.
Yeah, do you think you could use AI to turn it into like a graphic novel?
Oh God! I literally have Stable Diffusion on my desktop. I could do something like that.
Yeah,
And-
bestie
and-
dramas.
And partly because I didn't want it, and partly because like it's actually a performance hit. When I did, it's actually Invoke AI, which is like a Stable Diffusion fork that's got some nice creature comforts. When I ran through the installer, I was asked if I wanted the NSFW filter or not, and it was like, oh, this will actually like cause rendering to slow down. I'm like, screw that, I'm not a baby. So I can make it like as I can make it as like raunchy as I want.
Bullish on Zesty. so Zesty, I like for those that have not known, like Zesty is a huge wearable collector and is always trying to like perfect the cyberpunk look. But lately, I've been seeing like a shift in the Zesty aesthetic.
So that's
You've
actually a
been
return form, but go ahead.
it's a return form. You're returning to before pre-cyberpunk era.
Actually, so yeah, but I'm doing that on like my alt account.
Ah, okay. So it's your alt account, but which one would you consider your alt? Because like at this point we have Zesty and then Zesty Beam. I would consider Zesty Beam being the main.
Yeah, that's how I like envisioned it in my head. So I when I went back to find like my Third Eye Casino screenshots, and I was I had like the Wonder Zone Cybertorian coat and like a few other things, but I was basically going for like this like old man kind of steampunk vibe at the time, and I used the Fu Manchu beard and just generally had like uh, white gray hair or whatever because I was like, this is just funny. Why not? And then the punk party happened, and I had a shift, and it never really ended. And I still do the cyberpunk thing on Zesty Beam, but on Zesty, it's just like full time old man, only wearing stuff.
So yeah, the Zesty. And before I actually continue with this, and I see that we have a lot of new listeners as well. If anyone would like to come up and speak, ask any questions about the Decentraland, you're more than welcome to. And please make sure to like and retweet the room. Thank you very much. So with Zesty, I noticed that you're wearing that the old guy suit that he recently released. In my personal opinion, that is a very, very well made suit.
Oh,
Uh,
I mean, I'm not wearing it right now, but it is a good suit. And it actually kind of pisses me off that I missed out on the DG bomber hat when it was like being fire sold, because that hat pairs so well with that suit. Like it's stupid, like how meant to be together they were.
Yeah. So with that being said, are you saying that ice wearables aren't on sale anymore for like
I mean,
under point?
there was some guy like the so the, all right. I'm gonna like this is where I'm gonna piss him on a little bit. So of the original bomber set, I am missing the glasses and the hat. The hat was selling for like under $200 like a few weeks ago, but I had bought Plague and was like, whatever. And I ended up like missing out on it. And then I was waiting on like to get paid, right? And I was like, okay, there's a pair of sunglasses that's like cheap. But if those get scooped up, there's a pair of 45% sunglasses that okay, yeah, they're pricier, but they're 45%. So like that's for those who don't know, that's like the max bonus. Like you are getting the biggest shitcoin payout possible via those glasses. And not only did the Lord buy the 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 floor level 1 glasses and then upgrade them to get 42% level 5s, but then he turned around and bought the 45% ones only to list them for higher. And I'm thinking to myself, and then he was like, "Bro, I know you're chasing Bomber. You know, let me know if you want to do deals." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I might have bought the 45% for the price you paid, but you won't like you almost like you're trying to double up. It's not how liquidity works." Not really providing useful service to the community there. I'm just saying.
Not yep, not too much, not too much. Thank you, Zesty. Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm going to step down so to make room for others.
sounds good, Zesty. We always love hearing from you. Welcome back to the CBD Discord. Feel free to start any fires that I wouldn't. Yeah. What is the saying? Feel free to do. Don't do anything that I wouldn't. No, no. Do. God, Dang it. I'm
Maybe
just gonna
like
shut up now.
ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Yes, do that. Thank you, Zesty. And crap, I was gonna mention something. Oh, yes, there was a question in the comments that from Mind of Remy. He's he says day jobbing, can't talk, but what kind of any metaverse? Okay, let me just read this. In DCL are working in lifestyle. Okay, what kind of metaverses or what kind of maybe even projects in DCL are working in lifestyle marketing and action sports markets? So, do we have any action sports markets like operating in Decentraland? I wouldn't say action sport, but the one that comes to mind, I believe I saw him in here earlier, was La Liga Land.
Yeah.
And I do see that PB has his hand up. Take it away.
Yeah, I actually raised my hand about something else, but it was bugging and it took a couple minutes for it to do it.
Oh.
Sorry about that. But yeah, there was like the AO Art Ball thing, which it was a bit of a sporting event, anyways. And then I remember there was like Michael K hosted like a MMA thing. I don't remember who it was through, like who the official like brand or partner was, but I remember that happened, as well as like Decentral Games at like the Aquarium Casino worked with. I think Dapcraft had some involvement in it with like some MMA stuff as well. But yeah, I'm sure maybe there has been some other stuff.
I think the degree marathon last year, like that. I don't know if that would be considered.
Yeah.
Yeah, potentially. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I didn't want to change the subject too much, but I do have to jump out, so I wanted to say bye to everybody. We have another Twitter space going on here in a few minutes I need to jump into. I've been working on a bunch of content for the birthday party that's coming up next week. Decentraland birthday party is on the 20th. So there will be some cool, fun content there to check out. I have a bunch of the DCL music artists sending me in some of their tracks so I can make kind of like a playlist of all of the music and stuff like that. I see Mr. Sway down there. He sent me in some stuff. I saw Mr. Big Mouth in here for a while. I got him in there. So yeah, hopefully everybody makes it out there. I'll be traveling on Monday, so I won't see you guys there, unfortunately, but I hope to see some of the recap on Twitter and whatnot. So yeah, hopefully you all enjoy that. I got to jump out, so I will talk to you all later.
Yeah, for sure, PB. Thank you for being here. And is it a Decentraland Twitter space that you're jumping into?
Yeah,
like
Decentraland is hosting a Twitter space here in about 5 minutes with Wearable Wednesday doing a recap with a couple different artists talking about linked wearables with woodies and with crypto avatars. So yeah, it should be pretty interesting.
I kind of want to be there.
I feel like we've had a good push this morning.
I think I will be there.
Yeah, I don't want to steal you guys from here, but I figured I'd just let you guys know.
Thank you, PV, and you'll probably be seeing me jump in there shortly. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, sounds good. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye, BB.
And I mean, on that note, would there be is there anyone that would like to come up, perhaps kind of tell us about an upcoming event that you may have, or and maybe a project that you're working on before possibly we start to wind down? If not, I can talk about my event.
Let's hear about your event. What is your event, Simple?
1 second, you really put me under the spot here. Lots of pressure.
See, if I ask, then it's not you. It's inquiring minds want to know.
Oh, okay. Well, on Sunday the 19th, Shelly Van and I believe Shelly Van is still in the room. We will be hosting our first Music Matrix Twitter space. It's going to be a Twitter space focused on musicians, both Web 2 and Web 3 musicians, kind of like giving them the stage, giving them an interview, and as well as like the opportunity to perform on Decentraland through an open mic night. Um, I just pinned the tweet at the top. If anyone listening in here is a musician, of any kind at all, actually doesn't seem like it pinned. Uh, there are some Google form links in the tweet that where you could sign up to be interviewed by Shelly Van and I, as well as even a sign up sheet for the open mic night if you're interested in performing on Decentraland. Um, so yeah, check it out, guys.
Can
Sure,
you
sure,
like
sure.
the open mic sounds really cool. What is like can you explain that a little bit?
Well, basically, it'll just be, I guess maybe might need to like rebrand the open mic name to it, because it was more like of like we have this sheet and people can sign up to it, and then we will get you set up to perform on Decentraland.
That is awesome.
Can
And
anyone see my pinned tweet?
I can see it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I probably pinned it twice. I can't see it on my screen.
I only see it once.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna also post it in the comments on the bottom. And that's enough for my shilling. Maybe be on the NFT, everyone, every Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Be there. Wednesday Twitter space with Sinful and Canessa. Be there.
It's a busy week.
It's a busy week. And before we start I guess that's a good time to wind down. Don, would you like to say any final words before we close out?
Like I said, I very much appreciate the introduction and welcoming feeling that I pretty much had. So shout out to you, Sinful, and shout out to you, Canessa, everyone else here. A lot of information was being tossed around, a lot of useful information for sure. I will say that. And yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to, well, I'm looking forward to the next Twitter space. So for sure, we'll see, I guess, each other around.
Yeah, yes, sir. You're always welcome to come up. Don't you and also bring a friend, man. Like, we answer questions of all sorts. Like, don't be shy if it's already been asked or whatever. Doesn't matter to us. Like, we just want to help.
For sure, appreciate it.
And also, yeah, keep an eye out for us. We host this Twitter space every Wednesday at noon Eastern. So if you have some time, yeah, jump in, join us. Um, let's see. I Another Twitter space that I can think of is the Beavers Bonfire at 9 p.m. Eastern every Thursday night. And let's see. Yes, I recommend Music Matrix every Sunday at at 8 p.m. Eastern. Right, Shelly Van? Can you throw up a heart for me to agree?
Yeah, I'll definitely check out the music because I am a very big fan of music as well. So, did you say Beaver Bonfire?
Beavers. Here, let me. I believe we're friends, so I can actually probably link you to their Twitter and yeah, keep an
Okay,
eye out for them.
cool,
It's
cool.
struggling with my phone here. Let's see. Any final thoughts on Nowhere?
Just thank you guys for letting me hop on and chat SDK and coding, programming stuff with you today. It's always a pleasure to bounce ideas around and think about the future of Decentraland together. I'm going to try to make it to more of those FAFO meetings and sessions in our Discord channels. So if anybody ever sees me in there and needs some help with SDK related stuff or like programming in general, or even a little bit of Blender. I'm not an expert, but I've done a little bit of modeling and animation. Yeah, reach out. This community is like really trying to incubate creators, so people are like wanting to help you more than ever. But yeah, I could go on and on. Thank you guys again for
Thank you.
letting me hop on, spill my spiel.
We love it. We love it on Nowhere, and thank you. Yeah. Please like jump in there because like I can't say this enough to the creators that are like doing it big in the space, that like it means a lot to a lot of the users that are there in that chat fafoing, to see someone that's bigger than them, more knowledgeable than them, like be there, and like if they're doing something wrong, like, hey, no, 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 you don't do that. It really goes a long way to building this community of creators. So thank you, Unknower.
Of course, yeah, and I'm the product of people like that being that way for me and always wanting to help me out when I had questions. So shout out to all the members of Last Slice and the community that have been there for me in some way. It takes a village in this space, so definitely, humility is the way to go about it. Never think that somebody is like too big or too important to talk to you, because I haven't met anybody in this space that had that kind of ego so far. So
Thank you for being here. DCL Curations, final thoughts.
Yeah, just thanks for having me up again. Was excited to see a bunch of new users joining the space. It's like, obviously Sinful and Canessa host this space, but I feel very fortunate to be able to come up and talk, every week that I'm able to join, and just love helping people out. So would echo the prior statements, and if anybody has questions about anything, I'm happy to help.
Thank you, DCL Curations, and we're happy, to hear from you every week. Or personally myself, I like to listen to the progress that that is coming along each week. So thank you for being here. Specimen 13, final thoughts.
Yeah. First, thank y'all for hosting this weekly Twitter space, to bring the community together and give an open forum. Everybody's welcome to speak here, and it's pretty amazing. If you've not decided to jump up on the panel and talk or ask your questions this time, that's just fine. Maybe next time, or just hit any one of us up, and like was being said. This is a place where we talk about stuff together. We only grow together, we learn together, and we succeed together, and that's kind of the dream and the goal. And hey, uh, if you're creating right now, if you're building right now, you're doing the right thing. So keep at it. And if you're not, and you want to learn, um, you know, the simplest way I can tell you right now is to jump into the community building Discord and ask a question or two. Um, Much love. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and talk to you next week. Or see
Always
you in
love.
FAFO. We'll see you in FAFO. Oh,
Yes,
and also one last thing. Sorry, Brandon 10 Wisher Vodka.
yes, FAFO on Friday, and I guess we'll be also thinking about even having a FAFO session for emotes. We'll just have to brainstorm a little bit more. Thank you, Specimen, for being here, and also thank you for keeping an eye on the comments, because I do see that like in the comments there were some individuals asking some questions and stuff, and you were there to assist them. So I really appreciate you. And to my lovely co-host, Ganessa, final thoughts?
Yes, I think just everybody keep building, keep growing. I feel so indebted to all the people who I feel like have just been helping me so much in these fafos because I have questions that I don't know. I feel like, okay, I should have been following along, and I have these questions, and everybody's so generous with their time, and like humans, we just don't have enough time. So I appreciate you giving us your most valuable resource that you have. And I don't know, I feel like I don't even care if I build something in DCL, like the community that we're building here is so much more powerful and cool and important. So I feel like in some ways we're I don't know, maybe we're in like some golden age of just collaboration between artists and people that just want to like build each other up and grow, and it feels really cool to be part of that. So thank you, Specimen, Anower, AJ, everybody that's helped me with questions in the FAFO and elsewhere. Appreciate you guys all. And Dawn, thank you so much for coming up, asking questions, and I hope to see you in World More. And take care of each other, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, most definitely. Let's see. A couple actually, I just came to mind. If any builders, or even like community members, are. Let's start with builders. If any builders are interested in joining the Sandstorm competition, please like message me, DM me, and I'll refer you to the team. Yesterday, I was not a host. I was a judge on one of the competitions for Sandstorm. Had a lot of fun. The guys are great. They definitely awesome vibes. So definitely showing them some love. And if you're a builder, you apply. If you would like to be a judge, please message me as well, and I'll refer you over there. Thank you, everyone. Kanessa, do you see my tweet up at the top by any chance? Like latest
We're
tweet.
rating us out to the next Wearable Wednesday Twitter.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you, thank you. What would I do without your eyes? You must eat a lot of carrots, Kanessa.
I eat a lot of carrots, that's right.
And I also did drop it in the comments on the bottom. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your time. Kanessa like did really like said it like you guys are blessing us with your most valuable commodity, which is your time, and for that, like, I truly thank every single one of you. And let's keep creating, let's keep building, let's be nice to each other, and yeah, let's keep the week going. Thank you, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you at Wearable Wednesday, uh, the Decentraland Twitter space. Thank you. Try to sneak up on Nicole a little bit here. Here, I guess let's see. Let's check out our activity. I see that we have 3 viewers on Twitch. We have 1 viewer, which is probably me on YouTube. So perhaps maybe this might be a good chance to like wind down a little bit for me. Possibly listen to Wearable Wednesday while I have some breakfast, because I have not gotten my breakfast in yet. Thank you everyone for your time. Like I said in the space, it means a lot to Kanessa and I, and let's just act natural, keep doing what we do. I will look and see here who we're going to raid out. Uh, maybe I see Krissa is online. Crossover Krissa. And if any of you have any suggestions, just type them in chat.